G'day RG Bargy crew, hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. Okay, we're going to take a look at how to set up your game to do hardcore on Trucky. We've just recently, as a VTC, set up a branch in Trucky, the mod, the hub, or the app, whatever you want to call it. And as such, a lot of our guys are doing hardcore, and there's a lot of guys that want to do it that aren't exactly sure how to do it. So what I'm going to do is run you through how to do that and what settings you need to change, etc. But before I do that, just ask you, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, because it's free and YouTube loves it, and so do I. It helps me out tremendously. Also, if you want to support the channel, there's links down in the description to either places where you can buy merchandise or affiliate links, etc. Some of the affiliate links you'll actually get a special discount, and I make a couple of bucks out of it, and it helps me out. All right, so yeah, and any links that you need from this video, they'll also be down in the description, unless I forget to put them in. And if I do, just let me know in the comments, and then I'll make sure that I put them in there. All right, so the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to set up some settings in your options under gameplay. So to get to that, I'll just back out and show you where to go. You just go over the system, options, then go to gameplay. And under gameplay, the first thing you want to do is tick fatigue simulation and traffic offenses. So you're making this game as realistic as you possibly can by changing these settings that I'm going to describe. So turn on fatigue simulation, turn on traffic offenses. And then for your random road events, it's got to be above 20%. Then you want detours, that has to also be above 20%. And then you want your rain probability needs to be above 10%. You also need your parking difficulty to be set on skilled parking. I just recently tried to do some hardcore and I had that on random, and thanks to AAU Triton, he reminded me that it should be skilled parking. I'd forgotten to set it to that. So very important, because if you don't have these settings, it won't recognize it as a hardcore job in Trucky, and it won't register. So again, fatigue, traffic offenses, skilled parking, random road events above 20%, detours above 20%, and rain probability above 10%. Okay, then with your coupling, and best way to find anything is to go up and use the search bar, and as you can see, advanced trailer coupling, you want that ticked. All right, then you want your realistic fuel consumption. You want that ticked. Make sure that's ticked. All right, so advanced coupling, yes. Realistic fuel consumption, yes. And then you want your air brake simulation. You want that ticked as well. Okay, so I'll run through those again. So you want, let me back out of there. You want fatigue, traffic offenses, random road events above 20. Random road events you want above 10, but I have it up around 28. Detours you want above 20. Rain probability you want above 10. Fuel consumption to be realistic. You want advanced trailer coupling on, and you want air brake simulation on. All right, so that's the settings in here that you need to change. So the basic validation criteria that you need to make sure that you're going to get your job recognized as a hardcore is to have all the profile settings configured correctly. So you need manual parking, you need to have the job over 250 kilometers or over 155 miles. All right, so that's extremely important, because anything under that, it won't get recognized either. You're not allowed to warp, meaning you can't increase or decrease the time scale. You can't use any no damage mods. So if you've got any mods in your mod list that are no damage mods, you'll be automatically disqualified from hardcore. You need cargoes with a mass of more than 0, meaning no jobs that have 0 cargo mass. And that's a pretty self-explanatory thing. You must use fuel. You can't have fuel use of less than 0, and no forbidden mods. All right, now the mods that you're not allowed to use, it's pretty broad, but at the same time that it doesn't disqualify you from using quite a few mods. As you'll see in a minute, I'm going to show you the mods that I'm using, and I'm getting calculated for hardcore by using these mods. But I'll tell you the ones that you can't use. You can't use damage calculations. You can't use fuel consumption mods. Toll gate behavior, meaning if it prevents you from going through toll gates or allows you to just drive straight through toll gates, you're not allowed to use a mod that does that. You're not allowed to use a fuel tank modifier, meaning anything that increases or decreases the size of your fuel tank. You can't use any mods that modify the speed limits of your cities or towns. You can't alter or decrease you can't have any mods that alter, increase or decrease delivery times, alter, increase or decrease sleeping times, or avoid or alter fines. So you've got to be careful that any of your mods that you're using don't do any of those things, because if you have mods that do that, then you'll be disqualified from hardcore. So the delivery ratings, etc., for because you're rated on a 5-star level on the different categories in hardcore, and you've got distance is rated from 0 to 5-star. You get 0 stars for less than 250 kilometers. Again, like I say, very important to make sure that your job's above 250, and the stars go up from there. So 1 star for 250 to 499, 2 stars for 500 to 749, 3 stars 750 to 999, 4 stars for 1000 to 1249, and 5 stars for 1250 kilometers or more. So the longer the job, the more stars, the better rating you're going to get. Pretty simple. But again, remember to be above 250 or you get nothing. Then you have your mass, meaning your weight probably. Starts at 0 stars for less than 10 tons. So you make sure that you've got at least 10 tons or more. You get 1 star for 10 tons to 14.99 tons, 2 stars for 15 to 19.99 tons, 3 stars for 20 to 24.99 tons, 4 stars for 25 to 29.99 tons, and 5 stars for 30 tons or more. So the heavier you got, the more stars you're going to get, the higher rewards you're going to get. Then you have your damage penalty, and if you get damage, then your stars decrease. So starting with 5 stars for 0% damage. So if you get no damage, you get 5 stars. 4 stars for 1 to 10% damage. 3 stars for 11 to 20% damage. 2 stars for 21 to 30% damage. 1 star for 31 to 40% damage. 0 stars for more than 40% damage. So try not to damage your truck or cargo is the takeaway from that. Fuel economy is again rated on 5 stars. The ideal average fuel economy for ETS2 is 38 litres per 100 kilometres. The ideal average fuel economy for ATS is 42 litres per 100 kilometres. So that's basically how the fuel economy works. Then you have fines. So if you have 0 fines, you don't get caught for doing anything. 5 stars, 4 stars for 1 fine, 3 stars for 2 fines, 2 stars for 3 fines, 1 star for 4 fines, 0 stars for 5 fines or more. So don't get picked up by the cops. Penalties, there are a few penalties included, and they are -2 stars for a late delivery, so make sure you're on time. -2 stars for rest time stop overdue, so if you basically fall asleep behind the wheel, you'll lose 2 stars. You get 0 stars for job cancelled, meaning you won't get anything on any of those. 0 stars for race stats or invalid stats, meaning if you go over the real miles per hour limit, you'll get 0 stars. So you can't go over a certain speed. Again, I'm pretty sure that's 80 miles an hour in ATS and 100 kilometers an hour in ETS2. So they're the things that you got to remember. Again, if you want to, just pause the video, but I'll leave a link to their knowledge base page where it tells you all about those settings and so forth. But now what we'll do is we'll go and have a look at the mods that I'm using so you can get an idea of the mods that I can use in Hardcore. And I'm not saying that these are the only mods you can use. I'm just saying these are the ones that I use and I get accepted for Hardcore using these mods, because what I'm trying to do is on my, as I call it, the real profile. What I'm trying to do is keep it as realistic as possible so that when I'm doing Hardcore, it's like I'm really driving a truck. I know it's a simulator or a game, so you can't get anywhere near realistic really, but this is as close as you can possibly get in my books, and I'll show you the things that I use. All right, so as you can see at the moment, I don't have Pro Mods in here, but I will put Pro Mods in once it's updated. At the moment it's not, so I've just deactivated it, but I do have the Pro Mods, other sort of add-ons still sitting in there waiting for Pro Mods to be updated. So ignore the Pro Mod stuff for now, but again, you can use these and it's not a problem. You will still be eligible for Hardcore. I have the sound fixes pack, which I always put in every single profile I use. That's the first thing I put in, because the immersion you get from this sound pack is just unbelievable. And shout out to Drive Safely. He's the guy behind this. He does a great job on this every time he updates it. Then I have all my Frankenstyle current maps or yards, etc. That are updated at the moment. I still have a lot more yards that aren't updated because we've just recently had the 1.55 update. I use this old icons mod that changes the green icons that pop up into just normal little white squares on the ground. So again, it doesn't break the immersion by having those ugly green icons flashing up in front of you. I use Daniel's ATS random events mod. That increases the different random events that you get, and also gives many, in fact over 600 different scenarios for these road events. So again, really good for immersion. I use real companies and gas stations and billboards. I've had mixed results with this because there was a period of time when I used this that it was causing crashes and whatnot. It seems to have come good now. And again, this is just for the immersion so that signs look like they do in real life. Fizzles Badges Mega Pack, I just use that to add a few different things within the cabin of the truck. I've got Yara, yet another route advisor. I've also got these other GPSs that I use to give me a choice of GPSs that I can have in my truck cabin. I find Yara offers quite a bit of diversity because it adds a bar across the top of your windscreen, like a heads-up display, whereas these ones I'm pretty sure don't, but they are equally as good in other aspects. Then I use GDC Logistics Realistic Economy mod, just again to try and keep the realism where the economy is as realistic as I can possibly get it. Here's a camera mod. That's basically for my purposes for when I'm videoing, and that way I can get different angles of the truck to show you different things. Here's Fazel's Cap Cats, because I like to have the cat in the cat, cat in the cat, the cab in the cat, the cat in the cat. That's all, folks. Because I like to take Tiger with me wherever I go. He's one of my cats in real life, and it looks exactly like that cat that's in this. I wish you would add like a similar cat to my other cat, which is called Max, who's my studio cat, who's always in the studio with me when I'm doing these videos. Then we have windscreen plates. We have engines and transmissions for ATS. That's just so that I've got a various engines and transmissions to choose from. Same with Mortal and Cash, giving me different engine sounds. Josie's Amateur engine pack again for different engine sounds. Australian Spec MPE 8 and new MP11 engines. Again, these are all to give me just different engines that I could choose from. And here's where I get my physics from. ATS physics mod by Max2504. Realistic truck physics mod version 9.06. These are all current, and then they may be different if you're coming to this video at a later date because they may have been updated. Then real Eaton Fuller transmissions. Again, give me those gearboxes. Packard transmissions. I've got my ultimate garage design that I've done for myself. The RG Bargy garages, so that all the garages that we go into are extremely large and have all my logos on it. I have my logo skins combined. That's for all the trucks, the main trucks that we use in the VTC. Custom wheels, both K custom and C custom. Then I have the Mac R with its add-ons, brought forward mirrors and the add-on. I have the K100E and the K100E tuning, the Hater built, and then onto the Reformer and Coast to Coast. Now, these all allow you to participate in hardcore, and you're not getting penalized for anything by using these. And again, like I say, these are not the only mods that you can use, but these are the ones that I use and I have no trouble with, so I'm just showing you in case you're interested in those mods. So that's all the mods, like I say. And the other main thing that is extremely important is to make sure that you have Trucky actually working or loaded or running, whatever you want to call it, in the background. Make sure that it is registered, which I've just started up just to show you. And the way you'll know if it's running and that everything's okay is by going into the game. And once you're in the game, go to drive. And once that's loaded, you'll see the, let me just get my air tracking right. You'll see at the top of the screen the number plate, if that's what you've got set up. But if you have a look at the top of the screen, you'll see a bar there that has a spanner, 0%, then it's got gallons and miles. That's your Trucky information bar that comes up on the game when you have Trucky activated. So again, making sure that it's activated, because if it's not, it won't register as a hardcore job and won't register on Trucky, irrelevant of whether it's hardcore or not. So make sure that that's activated on your game, and you're right. Now the other thing, which is a handy little tool, is there's a little arrow down the bottom of your window down here to the right that says show hidden icons. Now if you click on that, you'll see Trucky sitting there in the lineup of apps that are in there. If you right click on it, you can click on a desktop helper. Now I'll drag this across so you can have a look. So on the desktop helper, you've got add widgets, etc, etc. So if you haven't already got this hardcore simulation tab open, all you do is go to add widget and you click hardcore simulation, and it will bring this widget up for you. Now you can position this anywhere you want on the desktop, and that will tell you if you've got anything wrong with any of the settings in the game. So if there's a red cross in front of any of these, it means that you haven't enabled whatever this setting is. So even before you start, you can just simply double check once you're in the game, and you must be in the game when you check this, because it won't show unless you are, and it will show if you've got all green ticks, it means every setting is set up correctly, and if it's not, you'll know, so you can then go into the game and adjust it accordingly so that the settings are correct. This is a handy little tool for that. I don't leave it running, I just do it to check before I start to make sure that hardcore simulation is in the correct order that it needs to be, and then I'll just close it down. But I always have Trucky running in the background in its form, and it's normally minimized. You can't see it when it's running, but as long as you know it's running, as you can see here. We open it and I'll drag it across. But this is the actual Trucky Hub app, and as long as that's running in the background and minimized, you'll know that your hardcore jobs will register, and then that's it, and away you go. So that's really all that you need to know. Again, I'll leave a link to the Trucky Hub knowledge base page if you want to check that out, just to double check on any of the settings. But again, just pause the video, rewind it, whatever, so you can double check that you've got everything set up correctly. If there's anything I've missed, guys, that you know of, let me know down in the comments and I'll try and add it to the video somehow or to the description. But hopefully that explained it so that you all can jump in there and do hardcore when you want. And if you enjoyed the video, give me the thumbs up. If you didn't, give me the thumbs down. Let me know what I did wrong and I'll try to correct it. Also, if you know of anyone else that might benefit from the video, please share it with them. And hopefully if you did enjoy it, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.